Laker Nation. Oh. You know, I don't know what it's going to take at this point. It's like we're comfortable with being middle of the pack this year. I just don't understand it at all. This game showed exactly what we struggle with the most. Every single game, almost every single possession, it's like we don't want to play basketball. It's like we would rather be doing something else out there with our time. Now, granted, I know these guys want to win, because I hear them say it almost every interview. You know, we want to win now. You know, it's a sense of urgency. And they come out versus the Clippers in the Battle of LA, and you never take charge. I mean, the Clippers was doing everything they could to give y'all this game. They did everything they could. And they just wanted to show the world how whack the Lakers have been this year. I mean, because they practically was giving you the game with a gift wrap and a bow. And we just never, it's like, nah, I'm good, bro. Y'all win this one. Where do they do that at? Listen, I'm not going to break down too much of this film because it's only going to piss me off. And these emotions are fresh because we just lost this game. And I just watched it. Along with everybody who's a Lakers fan that's disappointed in their team right now. And Laker Nation has got to know. Everybody knows that we can play better than this, and they just don't want to. But I guess that's all coming up next on the Film Room Podcast. I want to start off this podcast by saying this is not Frank Vogel, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Los Angeles Lakers. And every guy that suits up in that uniform and goes out on that floor that lacks this energy and effort, that's not Frank Vogel. That's not his lineups. Frank Vogel, almost after every game, has been giving us the lineups that we want. Dwight went off last week. You know what everybody said? Start Dwight. He started Dwight. Everybody said, oh, Malik Monk needs more playing time. Malik Monk needs more run. Guess what? He gave Malik Monk more run, more playing time. And it's paid off. We were going into this game without LeBron 2 nights ago. And then last night, everybody heard that LeBron James is going to play. I mean, gift after gift after gift Frank Vogel gave you. And then LeBron is back. Now, that's not a gift from Frank Vogel. That's just a gift from LeBron James being superhuman. This dude is superhuman. At first, they said he entered the health and safety protocol. And the whole world was chattering about LeBron James getting COVID. My father-in-law called me. Said, yeah, he ain't getting no vaccine. He got COVID. And he was just joking. He knows that you can still catch COVID with the vaccine, but. And then last night, media broke loose and said LeBron James is going to play in the Clippers game because he does not have COVID. The dude done beat COVID. The test said yes. LeBron said no. The test said, yes, Bron, you got COVID. LeBron said, no, I don't. Yeah, get it off me. And then he came back with 2 to 8 negative tests, I heard. And a tweet that says something's fishy. Superhuman. But even LeBron tonight lacked energy and effort. Now, sure, he did what he normally does. Did he step up to win this ball game? No, he didn't. Did he step up and put the team on his back? No, he didn't. He tried, though. And see, and that's what I don't understand. LeBron, you aren't playing with the Cleveland Cavaliers no more, bro. You just aren't. You got some legit shooters that will shoot and make those balls. You got some legit scorers that will take that ball and make a play and score. You are not the only one that can do it anymore. The sooner you realize that, the better off this team would be. It showed tonight. As soon as he got in the game, although Malik Monk was knocking down shots after shots after shots, he was hitting 3 balls. He was getting to the paint. He was doing it all. Showing y'all if y'all aggressive and if y'all get that Mamba mentality in your blood, you could do exactly what he was doing, which is take control of the offense. AD, watch Malik Monk this fourth quarter. LeBron, watch Malik Monk this fourth quarter. Now, I really shouldn't be saying that to LeBron because LeBron does it almost every game he's played, where he takes over. Where did Russell Westbrook go in the second half? Can anybody tell me that? I mean, come on. Y'all are Hall of Famers. And you couldn't beat PG and Kennard? Are you kidding me? Let me throw in Reggie Jackson because Reggie Jackson was outstanding tonight. Y'all can't beat them 3? 3 Hall of Famers versus PG, Kennard, and Reggie Jackson? The Clippers were doing everything they could to give y'all this ball game. And y'all said, nah, I'm good, bro. Y'all go ahead and win this one. What in the world is that? How do you let this team, who is trying to give you the win, and y'all don't take it? Y'all are in the house that Kobe built. Are you kidding me? I've almost had enough of it. And it's crazy to say, because LeBron James has played on some terrible teams with little to no help. And now that he has all the help in the world, nobody wants to play basketball. Oh my God. You know how annoying this is. Laker Nation, tell me what is happening. What is happening to our Lakers this year? Is it COVID? I don't know. But everybody else is balling. You know the team that we lost twice to? OKC? Just the other night, they got blew out I don't know how many points. This is the team that we couldn't beat in double overtime. Was it double overtime? It don't matter. This is the team that we haven't beaten this year. They lost by like 60-something points. Was it? Let me go. Let me see how many points this is. The Grizzlies without Ja Morant beat OKC 152-79. If I only carry my one, I would know how much that is. They beat them by 73 points. A team that we lost to twice with two of our Hall of Famers. Make that make sense to me, yo. The Grizzlies without Ja Morant. Let me see if they had Shea. OKC. Yeah, they didn't have Shea Gilgeous. Okay. So that makes sense. Okay. But still, they didn't have Ja Morant, and they still beat them 152-79. It's no excuse. How did we lose to this team twice? I'll tell you how. And I don't really want to say this, but I got to. Because at this point, it's the truth. I've been hearing it all year long. On Twitter. From people who hate the Lakers, who hate LeBron. I've been hearing it. I've been hearing that this is a bad Lakers team. And what's crazy is they have so many good players. How is that even possible? For a team with solid players, both ends of the floor, be so bad. Somebody tell me, make that make sense. To a team who has LeBron James, he's been out over half of the games, okay? They haven't built any continuity between all of them, obviously. But that doesn't reflect what we see on this screen. And at Staples Center and wherever else you're watching the Lakers. It doesn't reflect that. Because we have a lot of good players. And guess what? Our good players play good in these games. Makes sense to me. You know what I mean? This is so annoying. It's so annoying to see a team who has all the potential in the world, who has all of the tools that they need to win. You got a strong big man, check. You got a big man that can shoot, check. You got the greatest player ever, check, check, check. Not to mention, you have a Hall of Fame point guard, check. Not to mention, you got great shooters, Malik Monk, Carmelo Anthony, Wayne Ellington, check, check, check. You got a Hall of Fame center, check, in Dwight Howard. You got some young guys, THT, Austin Reeves, that can play both ends of the ball, both ends of the court. Check and check. Yes, we have some players that are hurt, but so what? Make it make sense to me. Now, Laker Nation, I can tell you from past teams of LeBron James, they have been okay at best. And when he had great teams, a lot of his players, or the players that were great that really fit into that puzzle, kept getting injured. Kevin Love, Kyrie Irving, at times when he needed them most. So it was all up to LeBron for the most part. And when they weren't hurt, they came back to beat a 73-9 team, the Golden State Warriors, who went up in the finals 3-1. They went up 3-1 on the Cavs. And the Cavs battled back and won the chip. And of course, he had great teams in Miami with Dwayne Wade kind of on the down spiral of his career. He was still great, don't get me wrong. Chris Bosh, who had a lot of issues as well with health, I think, in that run. And then also Ray Allen. He had a lot of pieces. But he didn't have pieces like this. He's got AD, Carmelo Anthony that's reinvented himself. I mean, it's the same Carmelo Anthony of old, but he's older. And he's still balling out of control. You got Malik Monk, a young guy that's hungry, that just wants to play basketball, that loves to play basketball, that loves to get out and run, that loves to score in bunches. You have all of these pieces to be successful, and you're not successful. Frank Vogel can't coach that, ladies and gentlemen. Frank Vogel cannot light a fire under that. They have to light a fire up under themselves, because that is pathetic what we saw tonight versus the Clippers. The Clippers, listen, the Clippers for the first half got almost all the calls, okay? So what? The Clippers in the first half weren't shooting great either. But see, the difference is when the Clippers weren't shooting great, they were still knocking down shots. When the Lakers aren't shooting great, we can't make anything and refuse to go to the paint and refuse to get our shooters involved. That was our first half. We started chipping away at the lead. In the second half, I will say in the first time in a long time, maybe 3 or 4 games, really not a long time, but we reverted back to our old third quarter. We didn't have a great third quarter. And it seemed like the Clippers did, but that's what I'm telling you. Although the Clippers look great and the Lakers look trash, we were still in the game. You can't coach that. You just can't. And in the fourth quarter, we were right there. We tied the game and then we'd shoot a 3 and brick it. We tied the game and then we'd shoot a 3 and brick it. It was almost like y'all wanted to win. Did y'all bet on this game? No, realistically. Tell me the truth. Somebody go to a bookie and find out if any Lakers bet on this game. Because that's the only thing that kind of makes sense to me. If the Lakers bet on the Clippers to win and was making a boatload of money, that would make sense to me. Get your money, bro. It's one game. LeBron James, he took out LeBron James in the fourth quarter and then put him back in. He gave him a little rest and put him back in. And when he got back in, although Malik Monk was scorching hot, LeBron James gets in the game and immediately shoots a jump shot. Why? What is going on with this Lakers team? I've never seen LeBron like this. To not want to dish the ball. It was embarrassing. We let Kennard kill us. And some other dude, I don't even know what this dude's name was. Bro, who that? Who is this dude? Kawhi Leonard ain't even playing. We got beat by PG, some dude named Kennard, who didn't miss a three-point shot, it seems like, and some dude named Halverston, who killed us on the pick and roll all the third quarter. And in the fourth, I think. And Reggie Jackson. We just don't have it this year. Now, granted, our last game was in November. November the 30th. We had the December the 1st off. What in the world? We had December the 2nd off. And we played tonight, December the 3rd. Now, maybe it was the long stretch between the games. They got home from Sacramento that night and had 2 days off. And they came out rusty in the first half. I can make sense of that. But you know you got to play a basketball game, right? You know you got to show energy and effort to win a basketball game, right? It's so frustrating to be a Lakers fan right now. It is. It's frustrating. You know why? I'm going to tell you why it's frustrating. If I go to the box score on tonight's game, guess what? If I was to tell you that Anthony Davis played a good game, if I was to tell you that LeBron James had a pretty decent game, if I was to tell you that Westbrook only scored 10 points but didn't have a off game or anything, let's see how many turnovers he had. He had 2 turnovers. THT had an okay game. He was 0 for 4 from 3. I don't know why he shot so many threes. Dwight Howard had an okay game. If I was to tell you that our bench had a great game, Malik Monk came in, played 29 minutes, scored 20 points. He had 4 rebounds, 2 assists, and 2 steals. He was 8 for 15 from the field, that's 53.3%, and he was 4 from 8 from 3, that's 50%. He had a great night. Carmelo Anthony had a good night, and Wayne Ellington had an okay night. Austin Reeves had a terrible night. He didn't do nothing but foul people. But eye test, looking at our players and looking at their stats, they had a decent night. Yes, everybody was off in the first half, but we were still in the game. It's crazy. That just goes to show you how bad the Clippers were, too. I mean, we missed almost every three. I think for the game, what were we? I don't even know. Maybe like 8 for... Let me see. Let me go to the box score. The Lakers, 3-pointers. We were 12 from 33. That's 36.4%. And that's only because Malik Monk started getting hot in the fourth. The summary. The Clippers scored 23 to our 22 in the first quarter. The Clippers scored 30 to our 28 in the second quarter. In the third quarter, they scored 34 to our 29. And in the fourth quarter, they scored 32 to our 36. And they won the game 119-115. But if you watch the game, you would see exactly what I'm talking about now. It's like they didn't want to win the game. Now we have to sit on this loss for 1, 2, 3, 4 days. We got to sit on this loss for 4 days before we play again at Staples Center and face Boston. Meanwhile, let's see if Boston won tonight. Nets won tonight. Boston lost tonight. And the Warriors won tonight. They got their payback. I just don't know, Lakers Nation. Laker Nation, I just don't know. Without energy and effort, we will lose every ball game. Because most of the time, that is all you need to beat the Lakers, is energy and effort, and to make a few shots. Because as long as the Lakers think that they are the best three-point and shooting team in the entire league, we will continue to lose. LeBron had an off night tonight, and he still played pretty decent, which is crazy. That's why he's the GOAT, I know. But Westbrook disappeared. He scored 10 points. He had 9 assists. And they all mention this thing, that they want to do whatever it takes to help their team win. Well, guess what? Guess what? Your team is not winning, and you are not doing all you can to help this team win. Because if you were, you would realize that all it takes is energy and effort. Genie Bus, what is going on with the Gatorade out now? You got to get these dudes some Powerade or something. You hear me? Gatorade or Powerade, you choose. Just keep it consistent. Woo, these losses are so hard. You just got to laugh through the pain. You just got to laugh through the pain, man. But that's all I got, Laker Nation. Y'all have been a beautiful crowd. And I myself, Derek James, have been a beautiful host. Listen, Laker Nation, let's hold on. Let's stay strong. Let's stay together. We will get through this. This is like a bad breakup that you keep wanting to latch on to, and you just keep the breakup going and going and going. That's how this feels. It's a terrible feeling. Because they got all the pieces in the world to win. I'm not going to keep on going over and over on this. Laker Nation, thank you for watching this. And hopefully the next time I do a podcast, I'll be more entertaining with better content that the Lakers will give me other than disappointment. Y'all been a beautiful crowd, and I have been a beautiful host. My name is Derek James, and I'm out this bit.